welcome back to the Culturally Distinct Podcast. It's your boy DJ KO. I'm glad you guys tuned back into the show. Guys, it's been a great week. We starting off the year with bangers. Y'all see what we got going on. Y'all see the individuals that we got coming on. This is an absolute delight today. This show is a great one. But before we get into the show, I'd like to give a big shout out to my sponsor, 605 Adult Beverages. Also give a big shout out to Call Audio. If you have any personal injury, anything that's wrong, somebody got shot, somebody got in an accident, automobile accident, or slip and fall, something at work, Call Audio. She's the one gonna get you right. Y'all see the hat? Y'all see the orange? I think orange is my color for this season. Orange is my color for the season. You know what I'm saying? Tangerine. Tangerine. Also, much love to Red Core Universe for having us. We're in negotiations of doing some new things, but guys, I appreciate everything, man, what you guys do. And everybody that comes to us in the street, somebody says, Adam, I want you to talk about relationships. I want you to talk about my wife. I'm like, hold on now. I ain't doing all that. But I ain't doing all that now. I don't want the people seeing me outside. They might see me at Grooves, and Anyway, speaking of Grooves, I want to get all the titles together. We have the founder, the owner, we have the CEO, the COO, the CFO, the person that has 4 jobs, 4 businesses, and I didn't believe this. You guys might, but I didn't know that. She told me she was an introvert. Can you guys believe that? Everybody, welcome to the show, Miss. Let me see. How can I?
Mrs. Wright.
Miss. So I say Miss Drake.
Miss Felicia Drake.
Oh, you gonna say Felicia? I'm gonna say Drake. I ain't gonna say your government.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
They call me Miss Grooves.
Okay.
Miss Grooves, and then obviously for those in the inner, it's Felicia.
Okay, so we're gonna say Felicia Drake
Miss
/ Miss Grooves.
Yes.
Miss Grooves.
Yes. When we're dealing with Grooves, yes.
Grooves. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's right. Because you're a multi-business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So look, Felicia. I would say Felicia. Bye,
Yes,
Felicia.
That is so played out. It is so old.
Well, you know, it's like a dad joke, one of them old corny dad jokes.
You know what though? The rebuttal to that is everybody wants to be like Felicia. She always going places. Bye, Felicia.
Ooh, bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. All right.
There you go.
So look, Felicia. For the people that don't know, right? Before we even get into the establishments and the things that you own, where are you from?
Born in Cleveland, Ohio. Raised here in Houston, so you can call me a Houstonian.
Oh, wow. How long were you in Cleveland?
I have been here all my life, so since I was 8 years old.
Really?
Can't even count it. I just have to say it because people always say, but where are you from? I don't even know why that becomes a part of it.
Wow. Cleveland? I would have never thought that. I would have thought you was Houston born.
I'm a Houstonian.
Wow.
Yes.
Since you was 8?
Yes.
Wow.
So it's been a long time. Then we're going to just leave it at that.
I got you.
You already dated me downstairs at 100.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So, okay. So being in Houston, right? First of all, how did you even get started in just doing what you do outside Grooves and all that stuff, just doing what you do?
I started at a marketing company.
Okay.
Yeah, that was, oh my God, years ago. My only real job was with Chase a long time ago. I was in college. I worked for Chase. My brother, that's when the internet was very, very new. And he had decided he wanted to do this, something like a search engine when Yahoo and all that stuff was brand new. You know, back then it was like AOL and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, he was going to do one for parties, for clubs and things like that. So people are traveling, they're going all over the place, that they're looking for something. So it was going to be called Party Zone. And from that, it was a spinoff to what I wanted to do, and it was something called Salon Zone, which was built out of my need. While I was traveling, I needed to go places, and I wanted to have my hair done. And so at the time, the phone book was still a thing.
Oh, wow.
But the internet
What
was
is
still
that?
fairly new. So I was like, I can't be the only person that, travels and needs to have the hair done but want to see pictures. You just can't walk into a salon and say, hey, do my hair. So you got to know what these people do. So I was working on building up a search engine that was based around hair salons, barbershops, things like that. So it kind of spun into that. Then we've got other opportunities where people were coming in because they'd get the stylist business card that we've done, and there's our pictures on it, all that. And it'd be people, lawyers, doctors, everybody else is like, oh, these are so nice. We want to get this. And I said, no, that's not what we do. We only do beauty industry. And I think finally one day God just was like, boop, it's all fundamentally the same stuff. So
Right.
it's no reason why. And we ended up getting very heavy into church, a lot of church marketing. So I did quite a bit of that, along with, you know, a lot of stuff for lawyers and doctors, and then still did the salon stuff as
Wow,
well.
that's interesting. It's funny you say that church thing. So I was talking to a friend. This is a while back, probably about a year ago, and I was just driving down the road, and I saw these massive facilities, these structures, but nothing was in them. I was like, you know what? It'd be a good idea to rent out a church, like these massive churches,
Yeah.
and people go there for service. Because in Houston, for those who never been to Houston or go to church in Houston, some of these facilities are rented out.
Right.
They rent these facilities out and they just lease them out for like 10 years.
Yeah.
I said I should do that. I should start renting churches out.
To do what?
No, just rent the facility out to the church.
To the church, so that the people can come to that,
Yes.
and the church can
So
rent it from you.
the same thing. So the same thing happened. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but what's my man name? Who was at? He was at Joel Osteen Church, the pastor, John Gray.
No, well, he was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
when he moved and went to South Carolina to that church, fast forward, they wound up defaulting on that payment of that church. They was renting that facility. They were just running the church out of that.
Okay.
And that's when I got the idea. I was like,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Well, and on that note, believe it or not, Grooves was a satellite location for Lighthouse Church for a while. So, but right before the pandemic hit, Pastor Keon was using our space on Sundays. He had a very innovative idea. He had brunch during church and brunch, and so you could come, you could eat brunch, and then before before the service. So it was a very cool
I didn't know
something
that.
for we did church. And I remember Isaiah Carey got wind of it at some point in time, and they put something like, is it okay to have church in a club? Now, one thing about me is I don't consider Grooves a club. I don't use that terminology for Grooves. We're a venue, and it's where we do all kinds of things there. There's times we've had what they call a pole competition, pole dance. It's fitness, but I call it stripper pole competition because that's what they did. We've had church, we've had plays, we've had concerts, we had comedy shows. We do all of that. So I just try to make sure people understand that we're so much more than just nightlife, which at this point, since the pandemic, we do very little nightlife.
Right.
So that we did church out there. So yeah, they rented the space from us
Wow.
and did church with us on Sundays all the way up until, and the last service that we had, the day before, we had Rod Wave, and that was before he just blew up. Like, he can fill an arena now.
Yeah.
But we probably had 1,900 people in Grooves that day.
Wow.
And it was crazy because everybody in there was smoking weed. You can't do that, and especially not in Grooves. I don't allow it, right? And so, you know, I'm such a dork. I'm like, I follow the rules. and so we see the first person smoking weed. You're like, you can't do that. No, put that out. And the next one, put that out. And it just got to be, we're just, no, stop, no. We were so defeated, right? Like,
Right.
we were
It's
just
like, hell
like,
with
even the officer said, just forget it.
Right.
End of the night, every one of us had a contact high. We were just as goofy and silly, but guess what? We had no incidents, no fights, no problems.
Yeah.
Everybody in there was chill. I think they were as high as all get out, but they had a great time. Church came in the next morning. Wait, why did the band start playing Mary Jane?
That's
They
funny.
talk about y'all had a good time in here last night. And we was like, woo, we tried everything to get that smell out. It took about a month
To get that out.
to get that smell out of
Yeah,
the
because
building.
that weed smell, it gets
It
in.
was in everything.
Wow, I did not know that.
So yeah, we've done a lot of things, and we
Wow.
look forward to doing more things. So I just don't allow us to be put in a box of club.
So that's a true definition of what you call a multicultural facility. It does for everything. But I want to go back to the business side of it. So what happened with the business? With the
Marketing.
marketing.
Okay, so this gets a little bit deeper into when Grooves came about. I was dating someone who wanted to do that, but he had a different business, and he said he wanted to have shows and do something that, because I guess the old Grooves, they had just ended their lease. He said, I want to go in and have a breakfast spot and do jazz, do music, do live music, concerts, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, cool, do it. You know, I'm busy with this. And didn't think anything of it. He was like, well, you're going to be running. I said, that's not my thing. I'm not going to do that. He went ahead and got the deal and then got in trouble. He got into some trouble. And when he got in trouble, he was like, you know, if you can handle this, so you want to take it over. I mean, this is almost immediately. Sign the lease, and the next month they ran in on him.
Wow.
So that was not good. But in any case, he said, you can take it if you can make it happen. Go ahead. Had no money. None.
Zero.
None. And we talk about $20,000 rent. So that's rent. You're not talking about the payroll, the taxes, the inventory, all of those things, and down to just light bills,
But
regular
operation, it was
overhead.
still operating, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I don't know. It's all about the grace of God. I don't know how we did it. Believe it or not, probably that. And I was going through litigation. I had all kind of things that were going on at that time. So not only what he was going through, so I just couldn't keep the other business. I had intended very much to keep the marketing company, but that Grooves, that's a beast.
So hold up. So you going too fast?
Oh man,
Because
sorry about that.
because think about it. I want to break this pie down a little bit. So the guy who purchased the lease with Grooves, then got in trouble, signed it over to you.
It's something like that.
All right.
Yeah, along those lines.
You operated it.
Yes. Yeah.
But by you operating, you never had experience in running
Never.
a club, a bar,
I
a
go to
restaurant.
bed at 9:00.
So
I don't even go out.
how in the first of all, hold on. How in the world? How big is that place? Like 20,000 square feet.
It is. It's huge. Well, the main floor is over 10,000, and then we've got the private rooms, and the kitchen is huge. And then my landlord is Clyde Drexler. He's got a whole space upstairs as well, so it's huge.
So, Clyde Drexler owns that.
He owns the building. Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay,
Yes.
damn, it's a lot of history.
Yes.
We breaking. How y'all knew that? I didn't know that. So, okay.
And side note, he is one of the most amazing human beings.
Oh, Clyde Drexler.
If I'm having a bad day, I think of Clyde, because no matter what, I say, hey, Clyde, how you doing? Oh, Felicia, it would be a crime if I was doing any better. It's just no matter what, he's always such a positive, happy guy. So I
Shout
love
out to
that.
Clyde. I
about
met Clyde Drexler. I'm gonna tell you, I met Clyde Drexler in New Orleans for NBA All-Star. So you know where Clyde Drexler originally from?
Not here, somewhere.
He's from New Orleans, Marrero,
Oh,
Louisiana.
well, possibly. Yeah, because I work with his sisters, and they're lighter than me. So, yeah, that's his mom. Yes.
Because he was like Marrero, Louisiana. I said, what you know about
Okay,
Marrero?
okay.
He was like, I'm from Marrero. I was born and
Yeah,
raised. And then
yeah.
we moved to, wherever they moved to. But back to you. So you didn't have no experience
None.
operating this place.
No.
So what's the first day? Tell me the very first day you came in.
The first day, again, I was there, but I had people there. I had like a general manager, and pretty much everybody that worked with me in the beginning were just not quite right. They were not right, and really nobody thought that I would make it or even make it past. As a matter of fact, and I tell this story all the time because it's it's a thing to make people really think about. Don't let anybody stop you. I was spending money at the box, and if you're from Houston and back when I started with Grooves, we started our advertisers with the all new Grooves of Houston, because there was the old Grooves Restaurant and Lounge. They were there for 4 years, and so when I started doing my deal with the station. I mean, we're spending a lot of money. I mean, thousands of dollars a week in the marketing. Because if you turn on the radio, you'll hear Grooves Friday's happy hour. But anyway, the rep had stated to someone after we finished doing the deal, oh, they're not going to make it anyway. Same thing I said, okay. And those were the types of things that people would say. And honestly, I didn't know. So it was just a matter of getting in there, and it's not even a matter of that business, because the next two businesses I started, I know nothing about them.
Right.
When I tell you nothing about them, then they're very challenging, and they're also far more difficult in that you can't make mistakes in these businesses.
Right.
A little mistake could put you to prison.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But this one, it's just a matter. Denise, who is Clyde's sister, she has been my business manager from day one. And if she hadn't have been there, we'd have been gone long.
Okay,
before.
so you did hire somebody to
Oh
manage.
yeah, she's been with me from the start. But we have gone through general managers, management, family. That was manager.
Hell no.
And we were about to be out of business with her for sure.
Yeah, because family. That's an interesting thing with family. You love them and you want to put them on, and you're like, we could run this thing as a family empire. But some people don't have that drive.
Yes.
They don't have that determination. Don't have that vision.
And sometimes, especially the type of business it was, one of the things Denise told me and taught me from the day one, Felicia, don't live this business. Don't live it. So when you say, what are you doing in a business like this? Well, I've never lived it. Nobody can ever tell you that I've seen me drinking at Grooves.
Right.
I barely ever dance. I think we had Leela James once, and we had a few other people that I might have cut a rug a little bit. But I don't live the business. And so other people that have been in it are more focused on the celebrities or the people that have come through. And they have to pull me out of my office to come see most of these people. And
Wow.
it's not that I don't appreciate them being there. I'm just not a very starstruck type person. We want them there. We love having them there, but it's not a thing that drives me. I want my venue to be known for great service, great food, and then a lot of fun.
You know what? You know who Bumpy Johnson is? He was
Yes, the Harlem.
Godfather of Harlem.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
But in
yeah.
real life, he was a real character.
Mm-hmm.
But you see how he moved. He never participated in street life. He was a come home,
Yeah.
sweet suit and tie guy, family man.
Yeah.
But you never know he was like this type of dude.
Right.
Right. That reminds me of that. Like you have this facility going on with all these operations and all this activity, and you like, okay.
I just do the job. Yeah, it's what I do.
That's dope.
It's what I do.
You know, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you this: having grooves, owning grooves, how do you ever get like tired, or do you ever get like non-motivated? Like, I don't want to do this no more.
You know something? We're at our 14th year. Matter of fact,
Congratulations.
Thank
Let me get
you.
hand clap for that.
Next month, March 18th, will be our 14th year anniversary.
Wow.
And our initial year, we kicked it off with the Tom Joyner. They did their cruise party with us, and that was our first year. And now we're going into our 14th year, and it is a bit exhausting. And most people in this industry have partners, and they've got help.
Yeah.
I don't have that. So it can be.
I was going there next.
Yeah.
How do you manage that though? Not to get in your books.
Yeah.
But I'm like, how do you manage that? Because operation like that size. First and foremost, you're dealing with liquor, you're dealing with food, you're dealing with people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're dealing with us.
Yeah. And we something else sometimes.
You're dealing with us.
Yes.
Right. And you alone are running this whole operation. Like, I know, but outside of God, I know it's God.
Yeah.
How does that manifest?
Well, like I said, I've got a few good people right beside me. So Denise, who is my business manager, she's kept me going, and literally Clyde has just been very kind, very, very, very generous. And then my mother helps me out. So when it comes down to a lot of the things accounting wise, outside of the actual accounting, managing like payouts and cash and things like that, she's there for that. My Uncle Jerry, he handles our liquor. So I've got and they've been with me for such a long time.
Okay.
So they're not the family that I'm talking about. Like they ride with me no matter what.
Right.
And they don't want anything from me. Matter of fact, I give my mother money. She's like, stop giving me
They want
money.
to see you be successful.
So yeah, I was like, but you're working like everybody else is working. You should have, but yeah, they're there and they help me.
So where did you get this grind, this hustle from? Because you told me at the beginning, you said you like to go home and go to sleep.
I do.
Right?
I really do.
And where is this grind and hustle come from?
It is in me, and I didn't want it to be in me. Like I said, when I worked for Chase, I thought that I'd work for Chase or retire from Chase, be some type of international finance or something like that. And but when the Salon Zone thing came to mind, it was just it's in you. If it's in your spirit, it doesn't let you work for anybody else,
Right.
So this just. I went from one thing to the next, and then grooves, like I said, it's a beast. So I had to really focus on that.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until COVID hit I was like, hey, this is a little scary when they shut us
Yes.
down.
Yes.
And I'm like, all of my eggs are in one basket, and I got extremely fearful. And that's when I decided I needed to,
venture off and
do something
different.
Things. Yeah.
We're going to get into that, but I want to talk about the COVID thing.
Yeah.
So I know, well, Houston was shut down for COVID.
Well, we were at first.
I
Matter
know.
of fact, let me tell you this. This is interesting. When we first got shut down, we had church that Sunday, and because they still had the rodeo. That's how I knew it was real. So it was
Yeah.
around this time. I said they shut down that rodeo. I
Right.
said that they will not. Just like the way I said they won't. Donald Trump will not be our president. So stuff that I stood on and said would not happen happened. So I'm like, give it up now. So I'll never say never anymore. But I said if they shut that rodeo down, that means it's real.
Yes.
And when they shut that rodeo down and we got shut down right behind it, it got really scary. However, so we were down for a good 2 weeks or so before
Okay.
we could actually work. At least it might have been. Then they let us open up to do like to-go orders. So we weren't known for to-go food.
Right.
But that was something that we were able
Innovative,
to.
something
We
new.
had to start trying to work on to-go stuff. And
Yeah.
when they finally said, okay, you guys can open up at 25% capacity. But I'll tell you this. When they did let us open, even at 50 and 75% capacity, that was the best money we have ever made
Yeah.
in the history of the 14 years.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, during COVID. Now, I only can speak for Houston because I was here. During COVID, I witnessed bars being open, bars being utilized. That that what people normally don't.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what? Hell, look, we ain't got to go to work.
Yeah.
Well, we got to go to work. We staying at home.
And they got that extra money that they was put in their pockets.
That's
so
right.
That stimulus
PPP,
money. No, well, that too. But,
and that 1,200.
Yeah, but just the stimulus money alone. And what I'll tell you what it did for us, though, for the Houston urban market, it opened us up in a way that we had never seen before. Because people were going to Miami, they were going to Atlanta, they were going to other places. Well, these places were shut down.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Houston
is where they were coming. So that put us on the map in a big way. To where now it's just we still get the residual of that.
Yeah, no, that's 100% true because some of my cousins from Louisiana was telling me, man, it's lit in Houston. I said,
it's a party city.
I'm like, how y'all know about Houston?
Yes.
They said it's on TikTok.
Yes.
It's on blah blah blah. I'm like, what? So I didn't even know because I wasn't even outside. I wasn't even here. And I was looking on social media at Houston. I said, damn, is Houston closed down?
And that's how most people, even in recent times, find out about us is through TikTok. But yeah, during COVID, once we opened up, but we actually, oh man, it was such a frustrating thing. TABC ran in on us. We had, oh my God, I hope I get the right artist. I think it was Young Dolph.
Okay.
I think it was Young Dolph because it was before he passed, and it wasn't long after his visit with us that he did pass. I think that's who it was. Anyway, we got ran in on by TABC because like other venues. I think at the time it was like Clay, and it was another one downtown that was in a church. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
Spire.
Spire.
Yeah, so different ones, but every week they were on the news because they were not following the rules of whatever the COVID laws were. So this is the one time we had like a huge event. So we were on radar, and it was a holiday weekend too. So we were on the radar, but believe it or not, we had managed that really well. Like it was more people outside than inside because of the capacity restrictions. And so, but when they came in, they weren't having it. But like, I can't control the people outside. They're not standing so many feet apart.
Yeah, 6 feet apart.
I can't control that.
Right.
I said, but in here, we are under the capacity numbers that is required. But they still
they shut it down?
Suspended my license.
Wow.
Spent a bunch of money on it. I think we all went through it. On an attorney to get a waiver, and it was just a big money grab.
Wow, so they did suspend. How long did this
I was only suspended for a week, but I had to go. I was like, I got a waiver. I had to get an attorney, get a waiver, do all of that. So we might have been down, maybe if we were down 1 week. But
okay.
I had to get right on it and start
that's
fighting.
a blessing then. Because versus 2 months with no liquor, I'm like,
oh no,
we need that liquor.
Felicia gonna find a way. We gonna figure this out. We gonna do what we gotta do.
He called my boy.
We gonna figure it out. So actually, I think I reached out to Steve Rogers. I think he might have had to deal with something. So I called him. He gave me an attorney that he recommended, and then we got right on it and was able to get the waiver by the next weekend.
So that's a good good segue. Do bar owners in a city, do they communicate like that?
To a degree, I think. I can't speak for everybody. I'm kind of like in a little bubble.
Okay.
I really do kind of keep to myself, but I'm perfectly good with pretty much everybody. I have no issues with anybody. So there's some that I can reach out to, or certainly if they reach out to me, anything I can do to help, I'm happy to.
Yeah, that's good when you have, especially places that's black, and you guys could coordinate together. You guys could, because there's enough money in this city for 100 million people.
It's ridiculous.
People don't realize how much money is in Houston in general, right? So when I first moved to Houston back in 2012, I didn't realize that Houston, not Texas, Houston, has over 200 businesses that's worth $1 billion.
I didn't know that. That's news to me.
200. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's oil and gas, of course,
Right.
mostly. And now you have more businesses, but I'm like, damn, they got some money here.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna help.
Yeah, somebody told me if you can't make it in Houston, you can't
I'm
make it
telling you.
anywhere.
But y'all don't stop coming to Houston, man.
I know, right? We so full.
Y'all go to Austin and them other places.
We are so full.
All right. So now let me ask you this, Felicia. Now we know you have grooves, and we're gonna get back to grooves, but I want to talk about your other business ventures, what you have. Since like you mentioned, you said during COVID, you said, okay, well, I had to think of something, another stream of income. So what was that other stream of income that you thought about?
So my initial stream of income, I started purchasing property.
Okay.
And I wanted to open up an assisted living, some homes, for assisted living homes. And in that process, I met with some folks that were consulting me on this. And then one of the hospice business was introduced to me. And so he says, well, you don't have to put them in your home. You go into their homes and you take care of the patient in their home.
Right.
So I learned about the hospice business that way. And I thought, okay, when I ended up purchasing one that was already established. It wasn't really operating, but it was established. So to get licensed in that business, it could take probably a year or more to get licensed. So I was in a hurry. So I went ahead and just purchased one that was already established, and then we went from there. Unfortunately, just like with Grooves, I had ran into some really horrible people. So I'm actually, with Grooves, I had litigation early on, and then with this, I've got litigation happening for people that just take your money and then don't fulfill what they say they're going to do. So I've got all that going on. But in any case, it was a business that looked viable. It looks like, when it comes to healthcare, it's what, it's never going to go away.
Never.
Although, again, like all this stuff is going on in the world now, I'd never say never. They talk about the Elon Musk all in the Treasury, and they were talking about Medicare and Medicaid and all these things. And all of those is what drives those businesses. Yeah.
Food stamps, education, everything.
Yeah. So it gets to be a little nerve-wracking, but so I went into that. But before that, I really wanted to do the transportation. So shortly after I bought the hospice, I decided to go ahead and do the medical transportation. So I have non-emergency medical transportation. We have ambulances, and we've got wheelchair vans, and so we're transporting people to appointments and to their routine visits on that side of things. So started those both almost at the same time.
But how? All right. So you're going fast again.
I'm sorry about that.
You pump your brakes.
All right, let me slow down.
All right, there we go. Yeah. You're going around the curve now.
Sorry
We need to
about
slow
that.
down.
I mean, I drive fast. You saw what I was
I
driving.
see. Yeah, I see. Yeah, you can slow down. She drove up.
Right.
I can't tell you what she drove up in.
I moved.
The IRS is watching. The IRS is listening.
They paid.
So,
Everybody paid.
so what was the legwork on finding these particular businesses?
Again, so it's like 6 degrees of separation. That's a true thing. So once you start talking about something, you can always find somebody that you can connect with that can help you out with that, right? Now, not to say they're going to always be right or the right type of people to deal with. And so you don't learn that until you're in it.
You get in it,
Yeah. And so, but in this case, originally, like I said, the first talk was about the assisted living. There's a gentleman that lives in Dallas named Maurice. He had connected me with someone here that had assisted living homes. And then that's the one who suggested that I consider hospice. He turned out to be nothing but a fraud. not Maurice, but this fool here in Houston that I paid him to the tune of about $30,000 for the marketing. Didn't do any of the things that he was supposed to do, and then ended up just completely missing. And then the other lady that was a part of his paid her a bunch of money for consulting for the business. So my thing was, I have Grooves, I'll still have Grooves, and we got to run that. So I want to be able to get my eggs in other baskets, and so I'm going to hire the right people because I cannot personally.
Be there.
Plus, I don't have that kind of expertise in those fields. So I'm going to hire the people that do have the expertise, and then let's build a team and do what we've got to do. That was the plan. Mm-hmm. But the people that I don't know, I think I'm a magnet for just terrible people.
No, I think it's a learning experience. So the thing is, like you said, when you get into something new, the thing is, it's not, this is my belief. I believe people get into certain things because something is pulling them to that, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it's not what a person goes through, is what they overcome, right? Mm. So that's the principle in it, what you overcame. So now you understand the ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
Because I heard something on social media that was so profound the other day. Dude was like, people on social media talking about they own businesses and the business is steady climbing. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a lie. Business. If any real business owner that has a real business with employees, they know that business does this.
Oh my God.
It does this. It does this. It
it's
does
a roller coaster
all the time.
It is.
It's just business.
Exactly.
Especially when you're dealing with people in the customer service industry. It's not what you go through, it's what you overcome.
Right.
So the overcome is the learning lesson.
Yeah.
Because now you're like, I've been at the lowest part of this. Now I know how to climb out of it.
You talk about lowest, you talk about under the dirt. Under the dirt.
Your coffin status.
I don't even know if that's what you call low, but especially in the early days of Grooves, it was literally days I just cried. Days I just didn't know if I was going to make it. And then as I crawled and dug myself out, when you begin to see a little teeny tiny pinhole of light, and you just keep going, and I literally had to tell myself that almost every day. Felicia, just go to sleep, wake up, and keep going.
So hold up. So who motivates you? Are you married?
No.
You dating?
No.
Hold up.
Hey,
Hold up. I gotta give you a hand clap for that because you're independent. Shout out to the independent. Black
y'all
women.
frown on that kind of stuff nowadays.
Well, I'm going to that too. But look, we talk about black independent women, something like that. All right, but that's something that's commendable because you're handling this by yourself. You're doing it by yourself, and it's not easy. That's one.
No.
That's one. Yeah. Two, we need to get you a man. Anybody in Houston that's looking for
Lord, now you go say it, put me up for sale.
So the thing, I'm not saying a man for companionship. I'm saying sometimes it's good to have another idea or another thought. Who has that same, what's the old saying? That's equally yoked. A person that's equally yoked. When I say equally yoked, somebody that has the same capacity as you. See what I'm saying? Versus having a water bottle. He has a water bottle capacity.
Show him to me.
Let
me see him.
Oh, hey.
Let me see him.
Who's trying to shoot this shot?
Okay, listen, Adam. Let's stop
Who's trying to shoot this? Nah.
All I do is frustrate him. I work so much. I really do.
That's what a man is. Well, I ain't say a man. I'm going to say a partner. A partner. That's better. Because think about it.
I don't go for the girls. So
No.
Okay.
A man. But I'm saying that because think about it. You read the Bible before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you Christian.
Of course.
Yeah. Bible told him.
I'm a human that loves God.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. We have So a lot, if not all, every time that God talked about someone doing something, they always had somebody with them that had a similar mindset. Like it was Peter and Aaron, right? It was Peter, Aaron. It was Moses and his sons. It was.
I have people with me, but in the context that you're speaking in,
I'm talking about like partnership.
Would you said Moses and his sons?
Like a ride or die.
There's my mother. Is that?
Well, Moses had his wife too. His sons are just helpers, but he had his wife. That was there, right? But I'm saying that to say partnership is important.
Yeah.
So the principle of multiplicity, right? It says one could lead 100, two could lead 10,000.
Sure.
That's that power in numbers. With two people could do. You're already doing amazing things, right? You're doing phenomenal things, right?
I'm doing my best.
I know. I understand. It got ins and outs.
Yes.
But imagine if you had somebody that had that same wavelength.
I can't even imagine it. I don't know what that would be.
We're gonna
like.
get you somebody.
I don't know what that would be like.
Are you open to dating?
I mean, I've dated, and and on the rare occasion, I may decide to take a date or accept a date, but it's not a regular thing for me at all.
Why? Because you're working too much.
I work a lot. I don't really meet people like that. I'm always at grooves, and so I don't really meet people.
Men come in grooves all the time.
And I saw you because of Rashad, and I saw him on the camera, so I came out to say hello.
Shout out Rashad. Yeah.
But I'm usually in the back, or I am working. Believe it or not, I will get my butt in that kitchen. If we are running behind or somebody's missing, I'm in that kitchen. I work.
We gonna get you a man. He gonna get you.
Why he trying to?
And look, you know what? He's gonna
Chuck
take
Woolery
you
me.
on a nice little.
I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I'm saying it hasn't happened that it has turned into
to the point where it makes you want to commit.
And even in the couple of occasions where I thought I could or would, the games are they are introduced, and I don't have that kind of time.
What you mean? What you mean?
When you know what I mean when y'all start playing games and see, I try to tread lightly, but when that chase happens and
black men don't cheat.
It's not even about the cheat. It's more about the kind of pull away. So I don't know if it's because of my schedule, because I'm so busy. I don't know, but the pursuit is there. And then if I do kind of acquiesce, then at some point in time it kind of. They may pull away. And
what's your ideal man? Well, no, ideal situation, man. For your situation, what you got going on, and you dating, or not even dating, just seeing someone.
Do you believe that? I don't know. Somebody would really have to be flexible, They'd have to be very flexible and also not understanding because I have a lot going on. My phone, just even with the transportation, the phone may be ringing at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know, so we got this morning. I had calls. Hey, where's your crew? My dad is here waiting on them to pick him up. Like, why are they late? So we're calling, trying to figure out what's going on. And then I will just up and leave. If I find a little tiny little break in life, I hop on the plane. Like I told you when I met you, I was like, I just got back from my little secret spot, and so. I don't know how many people would be able to deal with that. And I guess if I did have somebody close enough to me, I probably wouldn't just up and leave. I'd maybe invite them along with me. But that's just been my life.
Could you date somebody that works for you? Be honest. Be honest.
Yeah.
You could?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that'd be a weird dynamic at home. you the
I
boss.
ain't even going there.
You the boss at work, but we get home, he's supposed to be the man, the head. Ooh, that's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, but I think that at my age and the fact that I've been single so long, I don't have the same thought processes I did when I was younger, and things have changed in the world. I mean, it's a whole different life out here, and I don't even know how to fit in it. So I don't even know.
This is what I learned. All right, I learned this in school a long time ago. My kinesiology teacher taught us this. It said, what advantage that a human has over a machine? The answer was, we improve with use. So I'm saying that to say, you say you haven't done it in a long time because you haven't exercised that muscle. Once you exercise that muscle, it's like riding a bike. It comes right back. So we gonna get Felicia to get that muscle back trained up.
I mean, there are folks that have interest.
There
are folks that have interest.
Okay.
I just don't have.
You don't like them like that.
I don't know because I haven't been able to. And then like just one or two that I have spent a little bit of time with, but I don't.
So let me ask you this.
I got to work on that.
Can I ask you like a personal question? Not personal, but like.
I thought this was rather personal, but go ahead. You mean more personal?
Can I get deeper?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. What you got?
How does a man approach Felicia Drake? Like how, like, because you have so much going on. You need help in the kitchen. You at work, right? You have your apron on.
Yeah.
You need help at the door.
Yeah.
Right? If a bartender is short, a bartender, somebody's calling you from the medical transportation company, and a man is very interested in you. He's seen you from afar, and he finally got the gall to say, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself to her. But you in this situation. So how does a person meet you?
He certainly has to be very confident and willing to come. And I think that I understand that my life is challenging. My lifestyle is challenging. But once I get home and I can shut off to the best of the ability that I can shut off, I mean, I think I'm a good woman. I do think that. I don't know if my past guys will say the same, but I think I am. And I do things like I love to cook. I love to travel.
Okay.
So as far as the domesticated, that I am fully.
Can he make less money than you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Wow.
For sure.
That's the first time I heard that.
Is it the first time?
Less money?
I am such a realistic person.
Less money? Or most women say either equal or they could pay for a meal.
If he I would love very much obviously for him to pay for a meal. Be able to pay for any time that we eat, but he doesn't have to make more money than I make.
So when it comes to, because I'm trying to get you hooked up.
What is the ratio of men in Houston? I'm not saying they don't exist. Obviously they do, but married, and straight, and all of the criteria that you would have to have a
straight.
Yes.
All the men here are straight.
Okay.
What? Hold
Have
up.
you been to my video on a Friday? They love us. They really do.
No, I know. Okay, I know the younger crowd is kind of
Younger
they're kind
and
of
older.
really. I'm talking about men our age are like really.
Yes.
I've never seen it.
And it's hard to. Well, where have you been?
I've been in a group.
Well, you for sure saw it there. You for sure saw it. At Groove. So yeah, I don't think that I think the pickings are a little slim. So I don't have, there's certain criteria that you have to say I can do without. Why is it okay for me to have somebody that doesn't make what I make? Because I can do the things I
Okay,
want to do.
that's good.
So having somebody that makes more than me or equal to me means that I'm looking for something out of them financially.
Right.
And I'm really not. I would to take some of the weight off of me, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so used to it that, to pull it off of me, I'm not even sure how I could handle that. I'd feel naked.
I'm trying to rationalize in my head how to get, because the thing is, this is what I want to see. I really want to see it. I love seeing this. I love seeing power couples, because power couples normally help out communities.
Yeah.
They donate. They are the people that are behind the campaign. They put things where something is needed. You know what I'm saying? I love to see that, and I love to see somebody else with you, so you guys, because I have a good discernment of spirit. I feel like you're a good person
I think I am.
in your heart. You got a good heart.
I think so.
You help an old lady across the street.
Absolutely.
You help somebody in the
Yes.
kitchen while they cook
And,
chicken wings.
and believe it or not, like you said about the things in the community, like Grooves does a lot. We do a lot in the community. And before, rest in peace to Sheila Jackson Lee, but before she passed, she was like our community partner. So when we needed things done or we needed a partnership for something, school drives and, hurricanes and natural disasters and
Wow.
stuff that goes, and we come out here and we try to help, in the community. So those are things that I do anyway. So even in spite of not having someone like a companion, I still do what I can for the community.
That's beautiful, man. I want you. I don't know,
Why do you have that want?
because I like to see people. I'm not going to say happy. I like to see people fulfilled. Because that's my next question anyway. What fulfills you? But I like to see people fulfilled. I'm not saying that you're not, but I'm
Yeah.
saying having that extra piece.
Well, you know what, Adam? I think the thing is that a lot of the people that I know that are in relationships, that are married, they're just not happy.
Yeah, that's true too.
And so when you look at it from the lenses that I'm seeing it, when I see a couple that I'll be like, I could be like, that's what I want. I don't see that on a regular basis, or really hardly ever.
Yeah.
So to say that I'm willing to put myself in a position now, again, I have tried. I've tried relationships, and for whatever reason, they don't work out for me, and I'm not willing to just sit around and be unhappy.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I said if I do it again, it has to be a non-traditional situation.
Like what?
We live in our own places.
Love that idea. I love that idea. Come over. Come see me. Go home.
Right. Go home. Go home.
Now people think, oh my God, I thought I was the only one.
No, because
Yeah.
have you been married before?
Never.
So what I've learned, and I don't have all I don't have all the answers, but what I've learned, I understand that when two grown people have their own ideals, their own things that they love to do, their own way of life, their own way of living, and as you get older, you kind of become your own little.
Right. It's really hard to compromise.
Yes. And I like living with me.
Yeah.
By myself.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do want company.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, but I don't want company to come and stay. I want to.
What if she's your wife, Adam? Then what? She got to go too.
Go to your house.
I don't know how many women would approve, but I think I would be.
You'd be surprised because
I would be.
I asked a lot of women that's divorced. They said they would do that.
Yeah.
Especially like women in their 50s
Okay.
that's been divorced. They'd be open to doing that.
Okay.
They said a lot of men in our 50s not, because most men in their 50s, 60s, most of them jokers got health issues.
Yeah, they want somebody there
Need
to
somebody there.
cook for them, take
Right.
care of, help them, all of that. And
Give them
that's
medicine.
not another thing I would be looking forward to doing, just
Right.
to sign up for it. I'm not really going to volunteer for that.
And that's this thing about that, how it flips like that. When a woman is younger, she wants that, but a man doesn't when they're younger.
Right.
But when they get older, the men get older, and the woman wants to be by themselves, but the man doesn't.
Yeah, and it's a strange and interesting dynamic, but I really am at peace in my space.
Singleness,
And if anything comes in there to interrupt that peace, then I'm ready to
Bounce.
go on and let it move on.
See ya. So
Yeah.
what fulfills you?
Traveling.
You
I
like
love
seeing
to
the
travel.
world.
I love to travel. I don't do much else. So I don't party. I don't drink. When I tell you I am a dork, I mean it. But I love very much to travel and things that I can do, for other people. I love that. I love taking my family on trips. I'll be taking my group staff to Vegas. We've done that.
You're a giver. So that's your
Yeah.
love language.
Yeah, I am.
You're a giver.
Hmm.
So the principle says give and it shall be given.
And something, I think that in spite of no matter what in my life, even when it's the lowest of the low, he comes through.
Absolutely.
Every time.
Praise God.
Even when I get so
Shout out to God.
down and like,
Shout out to
how
God.
am I coming out of this? And he comes through.
That's right.
And I have to really motivate myself sometimes. Say, Felicia, he didn't bring you this far to leave you. Felicia, why he's always provided. And,
Yeah.
even if things don't go exactly right, it's not going to take my life. And
That's right.
so I've always been a giver.
James Cleveland got a song. You know James Cleveland, right? The old gospel singer.
Yes.
He said, I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
That's right.
That's real.
And it's very real. And there's so many other things that are so real. But I really just try to be a good person. I believe in helping people that help themselves. Like Grooves, there's a lot of homelessness around Grooves. Fortunately, a lot of that is cleaned up. We had the encampments and all that kind of stuff, and that's probably something I used to talk to Rashad about all the time. Is the frustration I had because it was difficult. You can't run a business with homeless people that are running around begging. And and I know people have some of that on their heart to go out and feed and all that kind of thing. I don't do that. Yeah, I feel like people should be in a home. I feel like people should be in a place with dignity. And I looked at them all during COVID, and what all was going on was like, how are you washing your hands? What do you do after you go to the bathroom that doesn't exist?
Right.
So I just I don't feel like I can go and support that, but I'm going to support trying to figure out how to get them the help that they need.
That's another moneymaker too now. Building homeless shelters.
We'll talk about that.
All right.
And don't listen. There's one part of me that says, "Don't tell me nothing else. I want to know another idea because I can't take on another project."
I got you. I'm just saying. I got
Yeah.
you. There's money out here. I'm just saying. There's a lot of money
want
out
it.
here.
Show it to me.
I want it. I want it.
Direct me to it.
First, we're gonna get you a man so y'all can get it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Listen, you are really stuck on that. You are stuck on that.
So look, before we get out of here, because I know you busy, you gotta go and we got plans tonight.
Go to bed. I
you
go
gonna
to
sleep
bed
tonight?
at 9 o'clock.
Okay, that's a good thing to do. Oh,
That's it.
and you'll be a reasonable date too, because you don't drink.
Yeah, right. But I do eat. I'm greedy.
Oh well, hold on. Now.
Listen,
I'd rather
I
you
will
drink
eat.
then. Because food is hot. Eggs are hot.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not worried about an egg. I want some snapper or something.
Oh, okay. Branzino. Okay.
I love a Branzino.
Ooh, see that's. Shout out to the Branzino eaters. If y'all know what that is.
I am her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chilean sea
There you
bass
go.
and all that.
I will do all
Oh,
of
she
that.
fancy. Oh, never mind.
Yes.
Hey, brothers, never mind. The ones who thought about it, you see the budget she looking for. All right.
I mean, legit, like I said, that I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna eat what I want to eat.
I got you. That makes sense.
I'm gonna eat every time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here, I want to ask you this.
Yes.
And I kind of asked you this before, but I want to ask it again.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I want the fulfillment of it, the umph of it.
Yeah.
What is your legacy?
I'm gonna tell you something. That's a really good question because I've thought about that, and I only have one son, and my son, his father passed when he was 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I've raised him in my family, mom and stepdad, and now my son lives in Bali, but he hadn't have any children. So I really do wrestle with, Felicia, you doing all of this work. You're doing all that you can do, and then what? Who's going to have it? What's going to happen with all this? I make sure if something happens to me tomorrow, my son can continue to live like a Kardashian. He can have what he wants, do what he wants, and that's about, unless he has children, that's almost where it stops for me. But anything that I can do that will help elevate somebody else, that will help put them in position to be the best that they could be, and my staff will tell you that. Like they're getting their jobs, and some people stay with us for a very long. Matter of fact, one of my young ladies been with a bartender. She's been a bartender with me for years, but she's a professor. She's got a master's degree.
Really?
Oh my God, I've got attorneys. I got a girl that was a pilot. I've got all kinds, and they know that I cheerlead for them in a big way. I just, in any way that I can help them to become successful in whatever they're doing, I'm on it.
That's good. I like that. That's a good heart. And it's important because I learned a long time ago, whatever we receive is for us to give. For whatever reason.
Yeah.
If God blesses you with a increase, right, it's for us to give it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. I don't know why that's so weird, but And it was crazy. The more generous you are, the more you receive.
It is crazy. It is weird because even in that roller coaster, even in those down times, is you like you get through it, and then you just kind of elevate all over again. So from what I've learned, especially during COVID and even before that, when there's overflow, when there's abundance,
Right.
what I do is, and when I prepare for the rain. So I was like, it's sun shining right now,
Yes.
and this is a beautiful thing and a
Absolutely.
blessing.
The rain is
but I
coming.
know it's coming.
Absolutely.
And so I start
That's
preparing
wise.
for the rain,
That's
and
wise.
then when it comes, it may wipe me out, but then I'll just start all over again.
It's like the farmer, the principle of the farmer.
Yeah, just be
They
ready.
prepare for the rain.
Be ready as best you can.
They plant their seed on dry ground.
Yeah.
Because they know the rain is coming
Yeah.
eventually. I've been preaching, y'all.
for sure.
I might have a church
I've been
service.
at church. I'm getting married. what
That's
what
right.
else you got?
You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about starting a church and having that brunch on Sundays at Groves.
Hey, you got to talk about Pastor Keon. He might have copyrighted that thing. He
That's a good
started
idea,
that.
right?
No, it was actually very, very nice. And they'd come, and even on certain other days, they'd come and do something like with their singles
Eating
ministries
while
and stuff.
you're preaching.
It was good. They'd finish eating before he got on the
Oh,
preaching.
okay.
But before they were doing the praise and worship and all
Okay.
that, and just before the service.
You know,
actually started.
Negroes, when they eat, they go to sleep.
But they didn't. No, you wouldn't go to sleep in
Well, in
Pastor
Houston, I
Keon's,
forgot.
yeah.
It's mimosas going on. At brunch out here.
Well, so now exactly now it's you gonna come and get a waffle and some twerking, but and I can't. This is what they want. Grooves is taking on legs of its own, and we just follow, and whatever it decides to change course, we change with it.
Speaking of Grooves, give us the schedule. What's going on at Grooves during the week?
Well, Friday is our happy hour and late night, and then Saturday and Sunday we've come out of the late night rigmarole. We do brunches on Saturday and Sunday. We're there from 11 to 7. Great brunch, but it's almost like when you leave our brunch, you're going home because you're gonna be tired. We have a good time, good food, and a good time. And then outside of that, we just rent the venue out. So
Okay.
venue rentals are happening. So I think next Friday, Valentine's Day, Hatter from the 102, he's gonna do an event, sneakers and. I think it's suits and sneakers.
Okay.
For Valentine's, so couples and stuff, and then we'll
that'd
go
be
into-
cute.
Yeah. So we do events and rent the venue, and then brunches on the weekends. And
Who's your date? Who's your date?
all of the group, everybody come to Grooves. They mine. I love them all.
So Felicia, how can also the other businesses? Are you looking for investors? Are you looking for people to partner? Are you looking for people to just come
I
get
don't
a
do
job?
partners, I'll tell you that. But
She said that with
I don't do partners.
she said that with her chest.
But I will say this. Maybe we can revisit this because I think the hospice thing is something that I really do want to talk about because I want to educate, especially our people, about hospice because they hear the word and they get terrified of it and think that means that they're about to die tomorrow. And people that need that program and that service that's available to them, they don't get it, the benefits of it, because they're so afraid of the word. As you could see, Jimmy Carter lived on hospice nearly 2 years.
Yes.
And so you're getting all the benefits. We're paying for medication. We're bringing in your equipment. If it's a hospital bed, a walker, a wheelchair, we cover all of that for the families. Then the caregiver, we bring in support all the way down to chaplains and social workers. And we're doing, just to see that time of life. And the interesting thing is last year we had to take most of our census off because they improved. So you're thinking that you're coming to die.
They getting better.
They've gotten better. We're like, okay, this is great
damn.
for you. Yeah, but no. We had they have improved, the people think that when you go on hospice that you're immediately or death
About to
is
die.
imminent. And then and I really do want so much to educate us because I think we're missing out on the opportunity that we have with that program.
And I'll hook you up with somebody. I know somebody that's doing that. They've been doing it for a while, and they can educate you a lot on that. Just because they've been in the business for 30 years.
Oh, doing hospice.
They have 30 of them.
Fantastic. 30 hospices.
Yeah.
So they have actual
Locations.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we go into the patient's home.
She's black too.
And do
black woman.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Love
Nobody knows
that.
her, but I know her. She's
I would love to meet her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She like family. Shout out. I ain't say her name on
Okay,
camera. I
no,
ain't say her name on camera.
that's
But I can
okay.
introduce you to her.
Yeah,
That'd be a good
I
introduction.
would love to meet her, but I want us to know that there are things out there that help us during that time, and it helps the family, and people have got to get over the fear of the word hospice.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So what we're gonna do is, you gave your information already. No, you haven't given me your information.
No.
What is it?
For grooves?
No, for
so many things. Yeah, grooves is easy.
Give grooves information.
There's grooves, and that's just HoustonGrooves.com. And then the Glen Valley Hospice, that's also GlenValleyHospice.com.
Okay.
And then I have Eclipse Ambulance Service, and that's EclipseAmbulance.com.
You're making all the money.
Well, there's a lot of investment going on, so we hope that we're going to get the return on all of the investment that's being made. Yeah.
That's good. So you have actual vehicles.
Oh, absolutely.
Trucks.
Yeah.
Well, not trucks, but
ambulances.
ambulance.
We've got that. Wheelchair vans, cars.
So you need somebody to write you some contracts. They get you some contracts.
Yeah, I need that.
I got you.
Okay,
Hook
let's
you up.
do it tomorrow.
We can do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, hook you up.
All right.
That's what I do. I'm a bridger.
Y'all hear that, right? We're going to hold him to it.
Y'all know I'm a gap bridger. So look, this is real life. Before we get out of here, this is like the honest truth. Every time somebody comes up here and say they have a business or something that they strive in or something that they have a goal that they're going to reach, every time they come up here, I tell them to decree it. It happens. Like, it always happens. For whatever reason. I don't know if it's because we in this aura.
Yeah, I'll be in the aura.
In the aura, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is, what I want people to understand and get, you got to say it before you receive it. Say it. At least say it. The more you say it, the more you're closer to it.
It's written on my door. When I walk out to the garage, first thing I see is everything that I've decided that I want and I'm going to have.
That's right.
And it's right there in my face.
There you go. I like that. I like that. We're going to end the show on that one. But
right.
So are you going to give them your personal? No, you're not giving my personal.
Grooves is where you can find me at any given time, especially on the weekends. But then, the other two, if ever transportation needs, like routine transportation, if you're going to dialysis or cancer treatment or wound care and you need stretcher transportation, we do that.
Got you.
And then if you're just going and you need transportation to your doctor's appointments, things like that, we do that. And then of course there's hospice.
There we go. We gonna get you right. We gonna partner. We gonna do some stuff.
Quite a lot, yeah.
I'm hooked you up with some people that I know.
All right. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah, no, I am for real. I'm gonna hook you up with some people I know.
All the help I can get.
Guys, you already know what it is. This is your boy, man, DJ KO, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this show, man. Make your way over to Grooves on Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays, man. It's cool over there. We went over there Friday, me and Rashad. Shout out Rashad again. We're going to go over there. Well, I can't go over this Friday. I'm going to edit this out anyway.
I got
But yeah, guys, you already know how to find us. We at Culturally Distinct everywhere. I got some merch coming out for the spring. Last time I had some, y'all purchased it. Y'all bought it out in 30 minutes. I was like, geez, I didn't know I was going to do it like that.
Nice.
So I got another thing coming out, another endeavor coming out that you guys are going to enjoy. But I appreciate all the support, the love, man. Look, you guys been great. We're growing. God is good. And one thing I like to say before I leave, I'm not going to say that.
He trying to give me a man.
So you thinking, see, great minds think alike.
Wait, what about that one on the TV?
Oh, you want to say it? No.
Somebody that makes more. He's significantly more, but
God. I'm saying, God, I'm about to pray. Guys, I love you guys, man. You guys can't, and I can't. Damn. Hold on.
You are tongue-tied.
Yeah. Guys, I love you, and you can't do nothing about it. Peace out.
All right.